You need an empowering and engineering from the Spirit. And it's not the normal discernment, because you can perceive. If you are a prayer person, you can perceive. Perceptions can be strong and you can perceive. And you can just get it. But there is a level of discernment that if you have prayed to a point where even when you are not praying, you can look at a situation and know that this thing, though it looks good, though, it's not correct. Something is not right here. It has happened many times. It happened many times. I had to cry. Then I learned. I learned painfully. I learned with patience. I learned with endurance. I learned with tolerance. That when it comes to discernment, it's deeper than just what we think. How will you know when it is your mother the devil is using against you? How will you know? When your mother is telling you go this direction and it looks all good and it looks perfect, how will you know when it is not God speaking? How do you know? How do you know when your wife is talking and she means well for you, but that is not God at the moment? That's not what God is emphasizing at the moment. That somebody is telling you, go get a job. You just finished school, go get a job. And you know a job is needed. Actually, you don't have money. But how do you discern and know that this is not God speaking at this moment? God is saying, wait, don't move, wait. How do you discern? Especially when the people that are talking to you are people that are good, they are not bad. How do you discern? You will not always have your life. Have wrong people talk to you. In fact, when the devil wants to kill you faster, he will not use wrong persons to talk to you. He will use good people, agile people, trusted people. How do you discern when these people are talking and it is not God? Back to Daniel. Daniel said, I will not defile. I will not. How will you? What is the meaning of defilement? Is it not food? Common food? Not be food. Is it not normal food that everybody is eating? I'm sure the chefs will not want to cook to kill Daniel. Why should they? They will not want to cook to kill the king. Why should they? So what is it? At the end of the day, we saw how that even among the 3 Hebrew boys, Daniel stood out. If you see the credential of Daniel, he stood out because there was something Daniel discerned about the meal that was coming from the king's table that made Daniel say, no, I can't defile. He didn't say, I will not eat it is dangerous. He said, I will not defile my body. He got to a point where, when they say they should come and interpret dreams, they called all the eunuchs and all the people in the palace to come and interpret, because they've been eating from the king's table. Their discernment went down. Everything about them died, which means there was something about the food that was given to people in that palace that Daniel saw. There was something about the food that nobody else, including all the wise men, including all the diviners, nobody saw it, only Daniel. And God can give you that level of discernment to a point where you enter a room, everybody's going right, you are the one going left, and you will know the truth that this right position is where God is. So when you hear about Daniel was unique. There was something special. There was something about Daniel that could not just be conquered, because Daniel refused to defile himself. He knew early. Imagine that Daniel ate that meal. Imagine with me for a moment that Daniel ate that meal, and then they threw him in the lion's den. Just imagine for a moment that Daniel ate that food and he was thrown in the lion's den. What do you think will happen? For some of us, it is not. I was talking to my husband this afternoon. We were having fellowship and conversation. And I told him that, do you know that there are men of God that don't wear some brands of clothes in this country? And it's not because the brand of clothes is not good. If you buy it and give it to them as gift, they won't wear it. Once they see that logo, they won't wear it. Because they know that everybody is wearing it like a trend. Some of you are priests here, but you like to wear trendy clothes. Be careful. Some of those clothes you see, the reason why you see our men of God, they have personal tailors. They have people that their clothes are customized. Even if it's polo, they have people that do polo for them. This is one of the reasons. Is that thing on Daniel? They know that the country is corrupt. I know that God is lifting up, but there is a level we'll get to. I'm telling you, you won't buy clothes anyhow. Just believe me. You know that clothes, these normal clothes you think are normal, they are defilement. They are defilement. Clothes, shoes, there are some brand of shoes that those shoes, as you see them, literally speaking, they are good brands and many people wear them. But there is something about that brand that priests cannot buy it.